Settle in and grab a book, a comfy chair, your favorite nook with Kate and Court. Yeah, it's the Cozy Corner.
Hi, I'm Kate.
And I'm Court. Welcome to Kate and Court's Cozy Corner Romance Readers.
This is a podcast for lovers of romance and romantasy novels who want to go on a deep dive into their favorite genre. Honest discussions and salacious details, giving romance books the respect they deserve. We are two friends, actors, moms, and romance readers who like a bit of spice and everything nice in their books.
As we like to say, you don't need spice for a book to be good. Well, you don't need running shoes to run, but they sure do help.
Hi,
Hi.
we are back, and the
Mhm.
holidays are around the corner. We're obviously very excited about it. It's still November, so neither one of us are like fully decorated yet. But we have started reading our holiday reads, and we're starting off with Court. Where are we starting?
Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal by Meghan Quinn. This was her second in this holiday series. It's the sequel to, well, the next book after How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, but can be read as a standalone, as
Yep.
Kate discovered.
Yep.
Yes, our very first one. She released this one back in October, so it was kind of one of the first holiday releases, which made it like, okay, one of the first ones that we obviously need to read.
Yes. Yes.
It's unique. I love Meghan Quinn. I've read all of her books. I've been a big fan of hers for a long time. She just like goes fuck it with these Christmas books. Like she just decided, like last year's The Neighbor Who Stole Christmas, which is based on the Grinch, and this one, Merry Christmas, Filthy Animal, which has odes to Home Alone, one of Kate and I's favorite
Yes.
Christmas movie.
It is my number one
Yeah,
favorite
it's
Christmas movie.
fantastic.
So,
It
yeah.
is me too. And also now that my kids have watched it, it's like, again, through second set of eyes, it makes it so much more enjoyable once again, all over it. Like,
It's so much fun, right?
so
Like we
much
do a
fun.
thing every single year. My sister and I have been obsessed since we were kids.
Mhm.
And every year, even like through adulthood, and now we both have kids, we call it Home Alone Pizza Movie Night over the
I
holidays.
love that.
And it
Yep.
can't happen until we're like at least a week into December,
Okay.
as a rule. Like it has to be like in full Christmas season.
Mhm.
And we will order pizza and watch the Home Alone movies back to back.
I love it.
And just like how blessed. I swear we both know both movies line by line.
Oh my god. When I watched it last year with my kids, I'm like, "Oh, no, I know every line." Like, all the
Yeah.
flashbacks of saying the lines, and then my son from the second one just kept walking around going, "Wow, what a hole." Like, all over the house. It's his favorite line too.
That is so cute. When we
Yeah.
first showed it to Beckett, I remember he looked at us and he was so mad. He's like, why didn't you guys name me Kevin? I was like,
That's
okay,
amazing.
so you like it too.
Yep, yep. Yes, okay, got it. This works.
It was so cute. And so this book, when you were like, oh, we should read this one, I was like, well, obviously it's a play on Home Alone. And then we were into reading the book and Court texted me. She's like, oh my gosh, I just realized this was on, this is like, she's riffing on Home Alone. I was like, yeah, you couldn't tell from the title?
And I should have, but for some reason, when I read it in the store, it made me think of Christmas Vacation.
Yes, which
And
I do
so
understand the mix up there. Yeah.
yeah, it was just that, and also that kinda seems like the more obvious choice for a Christmas movie, right, I guess, but I should have
For
thought
like,
of Home Alone.
no, you're right. For like a romance book, like where there's going to be like sex and everything, you were going for more of an adult Christmas movie.
Yes, and I wasn't thinking it would just be our beloved Home Alone, which it ended up being, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So the setup of it, so when she does these Christmas books, she has a narrator voice, which is her, which I love. She just again just says fuck it, and she just writes whatever she wants to the narrator. Which
Yeah.
she's not done it like that, but she's made comments in her books before. Like there's one,
Oh,
it's like a several series baseball series, and at one point she said in one of them like, Some even say that story was 3 chapters longer than it needed to be. Like when one of the characters is talking about the story of like the book before. Like she's always made little comments, which is very
Oh,
funny.
that's cute.
And then in these books, she just gets to explode with that.
Yes.
So it takes a minute to get used to the style of these books because they are different than most romances and most holiday books. They're a very specific style that she saves for these holiday books. And in this
Yeah,
one,
it took a second. And
it
then
does. It
once
takes a second.
I was in and I was having fun with it. And I was
Yes.
like, oh, this is just like, you're into your cups. We're enjoying ourselves Christmas. This is
Yes. This is the holiday cheer book, like with, your spiked hot chocolate or spiked eggnog or glass of wine to
your
really
drink
just
is
feel it.
definitely spiked.
Yes.
To
I usually
really-
start it before your drink so you can understand what's happening.
Yes.
And then
This is
bring
true
in your
too.
drink. Because it takes a
This
minute,
is
but it's
true.
worth it. It's worth diving in and like pushing through that. Like, what is this? Just because it's different than you expect. Because
Yeah.
there's a narrator that talks you through it, like great Christmas movies. She just took that
Mhm.
trope that holiday movies do when a narrator talks to you and like gets you into the story. Even I watched Gremlins
Yeah.
last night with my kids, and it's like the dad starts off by telling you about the story he's going to tell you. Like it's a very Christmas
Yes.
holiday movie thing to do. So it makes total sense, but it throws you as the reader for a moment. And the
Yeah.
main character also talks to the narrator off and on and is like aware of the narrator. But with Max, it was so funny. Like Cole
Yeah.
tended to be in the first book grumpy with the narrator, and Max is just
Right.
like into it. He loves it. He's such a cinnamon bun. It's like,
He is hilarious.
yeah,
Like he is just a jokester,
he is. Yes,
Yeah.
he's very funny. And so is she. They're both like the same person, basically, the male and female version of each other.
Yes.
Basically, Max wakes up. His parents are gone. They're gone on a European trip. He's home alone because he still lives with his parents because he helps run their tree farm, and he's saving up
Mhm.
to build a log cabin on their property because they have a huge farm
Mhm.
property. So he still is alone, but he wakes up and his parents are gone, and they're like, "We're going to Europe for 2 weeks. Good luck. Run the farm. See you then." And he's like, "What's happening? Where'd my parents?" Like he doesn't know where anyone is. No one's answering their phone. It takes a bit till he figures out the note, and he's like literally thinks he's just home alone and is like panics that aliens abducted his parents. And that's kind of where he
Yeah.
starts. And he's out on the property and then he hears someone talking in the back property that's attached to them. And he's like, there's new people coming. What are they doing? They're coming to take over the farm. And all of his friends, everyone's like, no, you're crazy. Like, just calm down. Your parents are gone. You're okay. Stop having all your inside thoughts outside and like just breathe. And then, long behold, there is actually someone on the other property. The love interest of this book, Betty, her and her uncle Dwight, who's only 5 years older than her. They're really like brother sister, but she's
Mhm.
always called him Uncle Dwight because he's technically her uncle. It was like a remarriage thing with her father's dad,
Yeah.
and he had brought Betty onto the property and done like a pop up house. That's not the word, but the houses
Prefab. That's it.
prefabricated houses, yeah, and is, like, set her up on the property, and he is actually getting her to help him to do a competing Christmas farm. He wants to take
Mhm.
it down. Max is actually his enemy since high school, though Max seems to have no idea about this or understand why, but Dwight hates
Yeah.
Max, brought his niece in, after she had a failed business to help him build a Christmas farm. So she has got this arm, has been told, "Max is a horrible person, and we're gonna open a farm like that one, but different." And she starts going to the other farm to investigate, to like get to know their vendors, see what they're doing so that she can make it better on their end, like learn from their mistakes,
Yeah.
have a better version. And Max
It's like
spies
she's
her.
gonna steal their business,
Steal
because
their
in Home
business,
Alone, it's like
essentially.
they're trying to steal like their goods kind of thing.
Yes,
So
they're trying to steal
it's
their
like
goods. She's trying to steal their business.
Mhm.
And Max, with all of his concepts and ideas, just knows it, and he was right all along, and he's built up this world, and everyone kept telling him he was being crazy. He's like, no, she's actually trying to. So he sneaks around the property at first. Oh, when he doesn't know that she's there, he doesn't know who's
Yeah.
living in the house, and he sneaks up with a crowbar because he wanted to fight off bears. And and with the famous Pepsi bottle from the opening scene of Home Alone that spills all
Yeah.
over the dinner table, she takes him out with a full liter 2 bottle
She
Pepsi to the head.
says knocks him out. And of course he has the crowbar because like Harry and Marv have the crowbar to get
And yes,
into
it
that.
had to be a crowbar, and he falls, and just like in the movie, the crowbar falls on his head. I guess it's
Yes.
dangerous to walk with a crowbar. And
Yeah.
knocks him out cold, and then he gets arrested for trespassing on our property, and that's kind of their introduction. Then he keeps trying to, like, apologize, but she just thinks
Mhm.
he's a creeper that was trying to break into her house because he had a crowbar, even though he's
Well, he was
swearing he
creeping
wasn't.
around with a crow.
He
Yeah.
was creeping, but he wasn't
Yeah.
intending to break in, but he
No.
was a creeper. And he always says the wrong thing because he can't keep any thoughts inside, and neither can she. They're both bumbling
Yeah.
idiots. So she's like, "What if I had been naked?" Then he's like, "Well, I would have liked it." Like he
Yeah.
can't.
And, like, that's the thing with this because they both I love it, like, they both just have their inside thoughts outside of all the time.
Oh my
It
god.
is, like, just kind of like
The
this bubbly
penis vagina
chaos.
gym scene was so funny. Like I laughed
Oh my
so
god.
hard because they get into an awkward conversation and he's like, "Well, I do something about he now has a penis and I have a vagina. I have that." And this like old couple beside them is like, "We have a penis and vagina too." Like, oh my god.
It just and you're just thinking, like, "Stop." And even both of them keep being like, "Stop talking," like, to themselves inside their
Yes,
brains,
like
but they
stop saying
can't
these things,
stop.
but they can't help it. They know it needs to like come out and be said. And
Yeah.
everyone sees it. Everyone keeps saying, like, you're basically the same person. You
Yeah.
two are perfect for each other. And he comes up with this concept that he's going to make Betty fall for him and then he's going to break her heart and she's going to disappear. That's his initial thing. It lasts
Yes.
for about like 2 interactions and then he's like, "Oh no, this girl's perfect for me and I love her." And he's not going to do that.
Yeah.
But that is the initial setup that he draws a plan for, which
And
obviously is
he draws the
well,
plan
the
like
stick
the Home
figures.
Alone plans with, like, crayons.
Yeah, full stick figures, the whole
Basically.
thing that Kevin maps out, that's what he draws out. The booby
Yeah.
trap master plan or something, and it something, and it like, he's trying to get Cole, his friends on board, everyone's like, "No, no, no." And then cut to Story, who's the FMC from the last book, sneaks into
Yeah.
his truck, is like, "Yeah, I'm on board with you. Like, let's do this
Let's
plan.
do
Let's
this.
do this. I love a good plan." And to get Story, so
Yeah.
he's like, "Yes, I have someone on my side." And so Story helps him set up these, like, meet cutes with Betty, and obviously they turn and it turns out Story the whole time knew that these 2 would just be perfect for each other, and she was just
Yeah,
trying to
she's,
actually get
like,
them together.
on board as a matchmaker. She's not
Yeah.
on board as, like, "I'm gonna get you to" because his plan was so, like, "I'll make her fall in love with me, and then I'll break her heart, and she'll leave."
Like, dude,
No.
no. We don't that's not cool.
Yeah. That's not what we do in a romance book, that's for
No,
sure.
that's against it, which is what it's so funny about having the narrator there because the narrator is also constantly, like, basically
Yeah.
telling us that, like, you know that this isn't gonna happen, you know what's going to go down, like, we know, "Oh, now we're in the 3rd act breakup, like, something's about to happen here," like, they're kinda
Yeah.
she's, like, holding your hand through it all, which I love so much, and the best part is she writes he's 6'4", he's this hot, like,
Oh, yeah.
jacked up lumberjack, literally,
Mhm.
chopping wood, making a log cabin, running a tree farm, like, but full cinnamon roll, like cinnamon roll, cinnamon bun,
Yeah.
full on, like sweetest guy, goofy, clumsy, that, but then is like dumb and bad with her. Like then
Yeah.
flips the switch when it comes to like the spice in their sexy time and full on just like takes control around it. So it's a really great balance that she did with Max as the main character and Betty because they're kind of like lovable idiots in a way,
They
and
are.
then but then their sexy spicy time becomes super real
Yeah.
and it's great.
Yeah. It's so great and so fun, but it is, like this is, like it's very silly, like the Home Alone movies, like, it is
Yeah,
very, like, silly, light, super fun, but it worked, you
it
know?
does.
Like, it was one of those things where, like, I'm going along and reading and I'm like, "Okay," and then I understood what was happening, and then I was totally in and just having a blast, and I was like, "Oh, this is just ridiculous, but totally
Yes.
delightful."
It's
Like,
just ridiculous,
okay.
delightful, and fun. That's all this book is meant to be. It's a perfect holiday
Yeah.
read. It's just a silly holiday read, but it's
Yeah.
still Megan's Quinn's, like, signature pen on it, which means it's going to have great, detailed, spicy sex scenes. It's going to
Yes.
have detailed blowjobs. Like, for a woman that's a lesbian that writes cis straight romance books, she loves to give a detailed blowjob, and she does it well. Like, she's clearly researched it.
Right?
She's got a book from a while ago. I think it was called It's Been a Long Time Coming or something to be, and it's about 2 best friends and the best friend's like engaged to another guy, of course, and he's trying to win her back. And she asks him to give her blowjob tips. And he goes into like this whole descriptive thing that even that one I like learned a thing or two to try. And I'm like, oh, let's see. Like, like how I'm going master.
Amazing. Oh
But
my gosh.
she really loves to go into blowjob details and does it very well. And even when she talks about his penis size, because obviously it's a romance book, we love
Yeah.
for the guys to be well hung. No one wants to read about a small penis that needs a condom to last 2 minutes. Like, that's not
No.
fun when you're reading these
No.
books. But then Max even comments on it. He's like, thanks for my penis description.
He's like,
By the
wow.
way,
I
you're
mean,
the best narrator ever. Thank you.
if you make it any bigger, I won't be able to walk around.
Like I'll be coming out both holes or something like that. Which sounds
Oh my
gross if
God.
I repeat it, but he does it in such a lovey
Yeah.
way that it's amazing. Like all of that she puts in this book is so cute and so sweet. And that's what makes
It's
it
so cute.
so much fun. And then the
Yeah.
little Easter eggs of Home Alone that keep kind of popping
Yes.
up.
Like
Like
in different ways than you would expect.
the mayor guy, the mayor's son, who he's like, I don't know why he's so intimidating. He's shorter than me and like a nice guy. And she's like, yeah, it's the shovel and the boots. Because like that's
Yeah.
the whole thing about the neighbor in Home Alone. It's just because he's got a shovel and boots that he's
In
so
the booth.
scary. He's just putting salt out. That's all he's ever doing is salting
Yeah. Yeah.
the sidewalks. But that's what's creepy about it. And they capture that and it's so funny. The
Yeah.
only thing okay, so the first book, and they talk about this a lot. The one thing well, it
They
catches
talk
you up.
about the first book a lot.
They talk
They
about it a
do.
ton. So you're like
Yeah.
caught up on the Cole and story. Her
But
name
you
is
know,
Story.
funny, it took me a minute to understand why they were calling him Max when his name was Atlas. Then I was like, oh, it's like his nickname from his last name. And I was like, oh, guys do that. And then we had Cole show up and I was like, oh, it's Cole and Max. And I was like, oh my God, he was like the Grinch's
The
dog
Grinch's dog.
in the
Yes.
first one. And I,
Exactly.
okay, got
The
it.
Grinch's
I
name.
see what's
Yes.
going on
I
here.
don't know
Um,
what Betty's from. I assume it must be some kind of holiday. I mean, we had Cole and Story. Betty must be
yeah.
something. I haven't put that together though, what it would be. Because it has to be specific, that choice in name.
It must be.
Anyways, if you
Mm,
know of a holiday movie that's Betty's the big name of, let me know because I are listening because I can't think of it. Maybe it's
I
not, but
know.
it should be.
It
Yeah.
should be. I've seen every holiday movie like 1,200 times.
Yeah. I can't think of
I
what
don't know why it's not
Betty
coming to me.
interesting. Is Betty
Yeah.
the name of the little girl that puts the every time the bell rings, an angel gets its wings? Is her name Betty?
I don't think so. They have so many kids in that movie. I can't keep straight which one is which.
And I
Like
don't think
the
there's a
little one
Betty
says
in Home
that.
Alone.
I don't think there's a Betty in Home Alone.
Unless that
But
was the
anyway,
grocery store clerk's name when he's like, Betty,
well, maybe it was because there were like really subtle nods. I bet you it was actually.
could
I
be.
think
We'll have to go back
so.
and see.
I'll be watching it soon. So
Yes,
it's so
me
you.
too. We did Gremlins last night. Oh my gosh. This is the first year we added that in because obviously it's a little bit of a creepy one, but
Yeah.
it was fun. My kids loved it. They thought the Gremlins were hilarious. It wasn't as scary as it was to us when we were kids because
I know.
the tech has
Same. We did
changed.
Gremlins last year for the first time with Beckett, and like we were totally into it. It's also the perfect it's the perfect November
Yeah.
Christmas movie, because it
Okay.
kind of ties Halloween and Christmas together.
See, it's interesting because I think because your husband was American, so you celebrate both
Yeah.
Thanksgivings. So
Yeah.
Christmas really doesn't start for you till December because of the American Thanksgiving, like getting over that weekend, which is happening right now. Where for me, because I'm a November baby, so November 19th, like after my birthday, I am like, holidays are on. Like that's what we do. So we decorated this weekend because it was my birthday on the Wednesday. We're like, okay, tree goes up, decorations. Like I'm not 100%. I haven't done my outside and I'm going to make this
Ooh.
a little bit more, but
Yeah.
yeah, we are like after my birthday, we are in holiday mode. We are in Christmas
Oh my
movies,
God.
Christmas books. Like we fully go. It's just got to cross the 19th, and then we're like Christmas.
Amazing. I love that. No, we are
Yeah.
after literally the day after American Thanksgiving, we decorate and it's
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
But not until then. So
But
that's
everyone
why I was like,
has their time. Like some are like November 1st. Yeah, you have your.
I know.
Some are
My
December 1st.
sister, my sister's she's an early decorator. She just gets so excited.
Yeah.
She can barely make it to after Remembrance Day.
I know. Well, the COVID year was my earliest decorating. I think we all were. We're like, let's just
Everybody.
do something. I think like
Yeah.
November 9th, I had everything up before Remembrance Day. I was just
Yeah.
like, I can't wait.
Well, and that was like necessary. And then I was up early that year too. But then they also say that people who decorate early for Christmas, like any time in November would be considered like early for Christmas, actually enjoy the holiday season more.
There we go.
Because it's kind of too much to like start, in my opinion, to start decorating on December 1st.
Yeah.
And then by the time you're really done decorating, it's already like December 3rd, and then you're just kind of trying to keep up with everything. Like you always
Right.
feel like you're on the back foot. So for me, that's where I'm like, okay, like, so we'll sneak little things out. Like I already have the Christmas sheets on the beds,
Yeah.
you know, and like the Christmas bath mat is out. And like
Yeah.
I've got my one little sneaky Christmas mug that
Yeah, yeah, you've got
I'm
it
using.
started. Yes.
And we listen to the Christmas music in the car because the radio has started with that. But it's just like little sneaky bits.
Yeah.
And then next weekend, it will literally be like,
Full
and
on.
our house looks like Christmas threw up on it. We love it to look like
Yeah.
the North Pole mixed with like an awesome like log cabin dive bar. Like it's just everywhere you look.
Well, it's so funny because my husband is Jewish. He didn't grow up celebrating Christmas. He'll do it with me and our kids. We celebrate
Yeah.
together. But he only likes like kitschy Christmas decorations. And I was watching Gremlins, which was one of his favorite movies as a kid. I'm like, oh, you like gremlin decorations. Like
Yeah,
fully
like
your style is everything in
Italy
this movie.
garland.
Like, I finally got it. I'm like, oh, I understand now why you like all these ugly things all the time.
Yeah.
Because this movie.
That's so funny. No, I know. So Brad is also, he's very like, he's the one who's like, it's all like, like multicolored lights and everything everywhere and like sparkly garland. And I mean, if I had my druthers, it would be very, sophisticated, like
Oh my God, me too.
Martha Stewart
That'd be my
Christmas. Everything
dream.
would be like white lights and all like, but I
Yeah.
also think of it now. I'm like, I will get that. Like when Bex is grown
Yeah.
up and gone and we're older and like we have nicer things because I'm not worried about a child just destroying everything. Um,
Yeah.
and then then I can have like the big, like fancy, very sort of like adult Christmas decor. But right now I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, the husband and the kid win. It's just what?
Oh, you have to. I mean, it's Jake's rules. It has to be ugly. Like his tree, he bought me a tree a couple of years ago. We have the same one for my birthday, like 5 years
Yeah.
ago. And it's
Yeah.
like a stick out, like lights already attached, holy tree. It looks like it's
Yeah.
from Gremlins. And
Yeah.
even that, I still have to remind myself because the kids get so excited about putting the ornaments on. And we did it yesterday or the day before. And I have to like go like, okay, Courtney, just let them put them wherever they want.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's
It's
really
not going to be a pretty tree no matter what. It does
No.
not matter. Their joy is like the important part. And I know all of this intellectually, but I still have to remind myself so that when things are
Yes.
going, I'm not like coming behind and just slightly adjusting or like evening.
Are you
it out.
kidding? I have to
It's
drink
like-
so much wine
It's
on the
hard.
Christmas tree
It's like
decorating
almost
night.
painful for a moment. Just like,
Yeah.
okay. And then after I'm like,
Especially
wait,
when
we
they're
had a great
tiny.
time. Yeah.
When they're little and it's all just clumped around the
It's on
bottom.
the bottom. It's just that. It's still as we're rolling. And he loves it. He got so excited still. He doesn't remember them yet year to year. So each ornament is just like a
Oh.
huge surprise again. And we have one that's
Yes.
2 snowmen. It's like a Chrismica one. It's got a wreath and a Hanukkah, the 2 snowmen holding them. And he pulls,
Oh.
who thought of that? That's amazing. I'm like,
Oh my gosh, I love that.
that's so cute.
I know Bex has his favorite ones that he likes so much that he'll take them off the tree constantly and like walk around the house and
Oh,
play
yes.
with them, like music and everything. And so there's been a couple where I'm like, they just don't even go on the tree anymore because I'm
Yeah.
just gonna keep taking it off. Just take it to your room.
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
know that you
like,
just want to
he
play
has
with it.
like nutcrackers that he calls butlers. He calls them his butlers and he puts them on and takes them off and they battle
Amazing.
and then go back on.
I love that.
And
And
that's what's so great about
you,
the holidays.
it's the best. So you're a fake tree family. Always?
Yes. I've always
Okay.
been a fake tree. I think my mom grew up very afraid of fires with the Christmas tree. So like we were never allowed a real tree. It was always
Ah.
fake. And so I feel like whatever you grow up with, you just like inherit.
I
And
think
so
so.
for me,
Yeah.
having the same tree every year, even though it looks slightly different because it's the kids throwing the stuff on there, is something I've
Yeah.
become quite attached to. Like my parents switched
Yeah.
trees when they moved houses as an adult. I had like a mental breakdown that they got and they needed a new tree. Their ceiling, they have a huge
they-
tree now. But it was very
Right.
hard for me that they
I-
changed trees.
Listen, Christmas is a very, very sentimental time of year. Like
Yes.
the pressure
Yes.
is on.
There's a lot of
everything
attachments.
is the same year over year, and then you eventually you're like, I've got to calm down. Like this is not untenable. We can just let it
I'm in-
flow. See what it's
Just
gonna
to like
be.
have fun. That's my
Yeah.
goal this year, not to calm down because I know myself, but
Yeah.
that to enjoy the lead up because I really realized that last year. I always booked my time off or my time with the kids was always like after Christmas for a few days to like calm and
Mm.
enjoy the like post. But I'm like, with the kids, it's actually the buildup. That's the
It's the
everything.
buildup.
It's the
Yeah.
anticipation, the things you do leading to the Christmas day. That's the fun
Yeah.
stuff, the baking, the decorating, the movies, like all of that. And then afterwards, and because like my daughter's very emotionally attached, she gets melancholy already after Christmas. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is the time that's like, oh, now it's over. And you're kind of just like off, which is
Yeah.
great. You can do other things and see people, but it's the before. So I'm really trying to like take in the before and plan as much as I can of fun activities. Like we start with baking this weekend as early as I
Yeah.
can and just like stretch out that bubble of enjoyment that you're allowed to do ridiculous things and drink any time of day and wherever you want. And it's all
Yeah.
guilt free because it's the holidays.
It's the holidays. I know. Well, and it's like going back to the book, because the book, Max's family has this wonderful Christmas tree farm, which is also where I was like, oh,
Oh, I want to go
you're
there
a fake tree
so
person, because
bad.
we're real tree people, and Brad grew up
Right.
real tree
Yes.
and
I
everything
know
like
that.
that. So we're very real tree. So we've had a fake tree a couple of times just because we've been traveling over the holidays. And
Mhm.
so when we got a fake tree, I was like, if we're having a fake tree, it's got to be as fake as it can be. It's like a white, sparkly
Yes,
Christmas
exactly.
tree.
Yeah, that
And
white
like,
or pink fake tree. That's
yeah,
pretty much mine's a green version of that. Like, it's like
yeah.
as fake, as obvious of a green fake tree as you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
we normally do real, and I love that. And I love, like, one of my favorite things is going to get the tree.
right.
And then like to go to a place like what they have, where you
Mhm.
go and you can cut it down and everything, which is really cool because Brad's aunt and uncle, they live in Oregon, and they actually live on a Christmas tree farm, and they actually like have
Oh,
that. And we
wow.
haven't been there during the holiday season, but we have been there in the summertime a few times, which is so fun. I just love like walking through the rows of Christmas trees like in the middle of July. I'm
Yes.
like, oh my God, this is so cool. Um, but yeah, I love like all that stuff, like the going to get the tree. And then I thought it was really cute the way that, Story was, or not Story, but Betty was like, oh, and you could do this and you could do this. And she's coming up with the business. And I
Yeah.
was like, well, she should just help Max like make theirs better. And then they were like, oh, and we could have like another hotel. It was really cool how they came together,
Yeah.
and then their ideas came together to create like an actually new needed business for the town for her
Yes.
property. And then ways that could help Max's Christmas farm, because again, with Christmas, we kind of just do the same thing every year
Yes,
because it's,
exactly.
sentimental and nostalgia. And then sometimes it's like, we need to update this a little bit. Like we need to,
Yeah.
like we gotta make this work for where we are now instead of always doing the same old thing. Um, so I thought that was really cool. Okay, now it's time. Court,
Kate.
spice. How many pumpkins?
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. I mean, should we say chocolate covered cherries for this one?
Right? It was so funny. Court and I were talking, and she had not got to the chocolate covered cherry scene.
Yes.
And she was referring to the candy cane scene in the other book. And I was like, I know about the candy cane in the other book,
Oh
just
my
from like
gosh.
the references.
I
Now,
didn't
here's the
realize
thing.
how much they went into detail about it in this book until
Yes.
I caught up.
Here,
I'm like, oh
okay.
wow, they really. Okay,
So I would
I
say
will
this is
give
a
it.
3.5.
That's
Where
what
are
I
you
was
at?
gonna say. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would say 3.5. Three and a
Yeah.
half. To, you know what? It's funny. It's probably a 4 with the amount of descriptors and how much it goes into it, but it's in such a goofy setting that it
That is a
feels
three and a
like a
half.
3.5.
I know.
Yeah,
It
it's
takes it
really
down a
funny.
notch
It does. It takes
because
down a
it's
half a
so,
pumpkin.
yep. Yep. It
Yeah.
totally does, which
It's
is
not the full
like,
sassy pumpkin. It's amazing. I mean,
fun.
it's great. It's super
Yeah.
fun. And there might be 1 or 2 moments on the bus that you'd be like, but it's just talked about in such a funny way that it keeps it at that 3.5 while still being very enjoyable and very
Oh,
spicy and
yeah.
delicious.
And you
Like,
get to like, once it gets rolling, she doesn't
yeah.
let you down. So
No,
you're
she
in
she
good
really,
shape.
yeah.
Yeah.
She keeps you, and Max is very enjoyable in his role in that relationship. Like she
He
keeps
has
the
a
heat
good
up.
time. Like
Yes.
the chocolate covered cherry stuff, I was like, oh, this is like,
Yeah.
it was
I
great.
I always have a
He
hard
was
time
having
with
fun.
food play. I not like The food play with the vagina gets me because I just think UTI. That's just like where my brain goes. I get so stressed about
No,
life.
totally. I have to just like separate that away. I'm like, I mean, I'm not going to because I'm just afraid of like offsetting the pH balance down there.
Me
And
too.
then
I'm like,
you're just
it's an important
waiting for
balance
it.
that needs to be maintained. I don't want to. It's not worth a pineapple candy cane. Like even when I read that in the first book of the candy cane, I'm
Yeah.
like, nope, not trying that one. Like that's
Also,
not.
was it like a giant candy cane? Because a regular candy cane isn't
Would
going to
do
do anything.
fuck all. Even a big one. I don't think they make them quite big enough.
I don't
And
think
no,
they make
and
them
it's
big.
not like it wasn't for the penetration. It was like
Okay.
the flavoring.
Yeah.
It's like it was like used as like
Yeah.
a flavoring tool, like as a finger, I'd
Yeah.
say. And then
Mhm.
his mouth could taste it after. It was something like that. I can't remember because I read it last year, but and the way they described it, which I was also like, I feel like people might know too many details about this candy cane experience for what it was. Last book, like
Yeah.
they really
Like
shared
general, like, listen, this
a
group
little
of friends
oversharing.
way overshare. Like, I mean, as we like sit here on a podcast and like talk about sex all the time, we're
I
like
know,
very sex
right?
positive.
Which is totally yes.
But
But
like
the
they
amount
really go into like we're talking about the books and then like ideas. They're like, so here's what happened last night.
here's the
And I'm like,
post that he tied up story on and then fucked her with a candy cane. Like,
I don't know that we tell like, your new girlfriend about like this is there's a
I
lot.
mean, I would. If I had found out that and it was dating, I would be like, oh my God, guess what Brad and Kate did? Like, I would totally tell him.
Well, that's the thing. Once you tell one
Once you
person a
hear
great
it.
story like that, wildfire.
And you can't not. Like, if you hear
No.
that, you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Guess what they did?
Yeah. That's definitely how that
Yeah,
spread.
that definitely went that way. Yes.
Yeah.
And the cherries,
Um,
they were, like you said, the cherries, it was done very well and juicy and like
Yeah.
well done. I just, that part, I was like, like I just couldn't
You're like,
separate
I
myself for a
don't
second.
want that.
Yeah.
Or then I always think I'm like, it's so sticky.
Yes, which they went in the shower right after and had a really hot shower sex too. So I'm okay with that. But if they hadn't gone immediately to the shower, because I'm not one for enjoying being sticky for very
No.
like there's certain
Yeah.
things, but not food sticky. That's
Yeah,
the
no.
difference.
That's not
Gum sticky's fine. Food sticky, not so much. It's
Not
just
so
like
much.
it's a
It's-
different experience.
agreed. Yeah, it's not so lovely. Okay, and then when she's giving him the blowjob and his parents walk in,
Oh my God.
I died.
Nightmare.
But I even
Nightmare.
love like how at one point he's like, "Are you guys gonna leave?" So
Yeah,
we
like what are you still doing here? Why have you not like that's an immediate like oh shit so like shock and then
run away,
like out.
not like stand there and chat for a while.
No. Like nothing. I mean, clearly his parents are also slightly off if they produced him as their son. Like there's
Yeah.
got to be some kind of. And I can't remember. Maybe there's an awkward thing in the Grinch one too that with Story and Cole, but I don't remember because
Yeah.
it was a year ago. But yeah,
Well, and
that
I
part I
feel
was like, come on.
These the holiday times, and you have so many like family get-togethers and everybody whatever.
Mhm.
So like there are awkward run-ins, like not every year, but there's gonna be some, right? But again, the reaction is usually a pretty quick, like, oh my God, turn and run and real life pratfall as somebody
certainly
like
hope
hits
so.
the door and like stumbles away, not like stand there and like, oh my God,
I
is
can't
she
even
giving you a
imagine.
blowjob right now? What's going on? Blah, 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 blah. What was your I was like, you guys need to leave.
That is
I'm reading
not
this and
how
I'm
it
like,
would
when are
happen.
they leaving?
Yeah, like please leave. This is I can't even imagine. I feel like my dad I would just yell like Jesus Christ. And then like just like yelling at us as he's leaving about locking goddamn doors or something. Like it would not be a like
Absolutely.
Like,
Yes. There would
there'd be no
definitely be a
chatting.
comment of like, lock the doors. Oh my God. I'm like getting nervous and sweaty and like panicking just thinking about it.
I haven't had that level, but I definitely
Yeah.
had when my parents came to visit me in Jasper when I was living there, when I was working there. And we knew they were coming, but I didn't know right away. And I was
Yeah.
just on top of my boyfriend on the floor kissing. It was still like kissing, dry humping kissing. But all of a sudden the door bust open. It was my sister and mom. And they were like, whoa.
Oh my
And they hadn't like met him yet. They had like, it was a whole like, and then pretending we were doing anything where clearly we were, but it was still like
Yeah.
at least clothing. But even that
Yeah.
just reminded me of that dying feeling like
It's just
ugh, just knock. There's just I know
stop.
there's a surprise, but like knock. And yes, sure, I should have locked the door, like all the above, but no one busts it. Like it was just the combination that yes, I should have had that forethought. But also when you're in the moment, you don't always think of it. You
No,
kind of
you
get caught
don't.
up. So
Yeah.
it's on the people entering a room to knock and just like
Yeah.
but also I get it
Yeah.
because when you're doing a surprise, you want to just open the door. Yeah.
Right?
She did that well. And then
Oh my
leave,
gosh.
which also mine didn't. It
Yeah.
was just kind of like, like, so awkward.
And
I
you're like
forgot
fixing
about that.
yourself and
It's
standing
so
up and you're like,
awkward.
okay, well, this
Yeah,
is
this
Joe.
is blah, blah,
Um,
blah. Yeah, this is Joe. That's a sick name. I've never dated a Joe. There we go. This is Joe.
there you go. Yeah. But yeah, so that I was just like mortified, but it was also hilarious, and then like him walking up the stairs and the
Oh,
popcorn chain is still wrapped around his penis and it's like thumping on the floor. I was like, oh man, there's no recovering from this.
no,
Like
that's gonna be something
it's
told every year.
yeah,
Everyone will know about it. It's
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Speaking of stringing popcorn, have you ever stringed popcorn like for
No.
Christmas?
And I so want to. Every time I watch Gilmore Girls
Yeah.
Christmas episode when Rory had gone to London and come back and they're stringing it with Gigi, I'm always like,
Yeah.
I have to try to string popcorn, but I've never actually done it.
You should try it this year
Yeah,
with the
maybe I
kids. They're
will.
old
We could.
enough. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's really cute. It does sort of like kind of take forever. And then Beckett and I both actually really love to eat popcorn. So
Yeah, me
it
too.
doesn't really work
Yeah,
out
you
for us
got me a
because we end up
popcorn
eating it
maker.
all. I did. Yes.
We also love it and use it all the time.
Yeah. You have to have
Yes.
an air popcorn maker. It's
Yeah.
so easy, first of all. And then it's actually healthy because it's like tons of fiber and you can control how much fat you put on top.
Yeah, I
And
don't
it's
do it the healthy
delicious.
version once I get the butter on there, but it's still
I mean,
still
yeah,
delicious.
but and like you could not if you
you could,
wanted to.
you could do like the olive oil drizzle, which I'm like, why am I eating popcorn?
Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah. I know. We usually put like really good like grass-fed butter and like nutritional yeast on there and everything, and it's
Yeah.
still loads of fat, but it's so good.
delicious.
But yeah, it's like you have to have the air popper because microwave popcorn doesn't taste. It's gross. I don't know. it
No,
just tastes
you're
like
right. You changed my life when you brought in the air popper. We tried it at your place first, and then you got it years
Yeah.
ago, and it's our main go-to. The kids love it. They need the
Yeah.
air popper popcorn with everything we watch, all the
Yeah.
movies. Yeah,
Oh my
it's
god, us
it's a
too.
difference maker. I would say put that on your holiday list. If you don't have an air popper, I would definitely add it to your holiday list. That's my gift guide this year. Air popper.
Yeah. Air popper for your popcorn, and they're so cheap too. It's not.
So
They're
cheap.
not even expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But
But
they
yes,
really add
you
a
can
lot to
string
it. And you can
popcorn.
try stringing popcorn. See if you're able to,
Yes.
or if you just wind up eating it.
Probably both.
Yeah. Yeah. But that is one of those like really fun, like before the holidays, like anticipating getting ready, like continuing decorating things to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll definitely
Yeah.
add it in. I can't wait.
Right?
Yeah.
And then this book ended in a really sweet way too, because,
did.
Betty she really didn't feel like she had a sense of community where she was living before. And then she was super embarrassed kind of towards the end, like the catalyst moment that they kind of almost
She
break
finds
up.
the drawing. She finds the
Yeah.
drawing in his glove box of the plan that he had kiboshed, and she finds it, and then everything kind of blows up for a chapter
Yeah.
or two. That it seems like things aren't going to work out, and then not big spectacle, but there's a word. Like he does the big
Grand gesture.
thank you. Grand gesture with the whole town to win her back with some chocolate covered cherries and her Uncle Dwight. They make up. There was a misunderstanding between Max and Dwight all these years. And everyone wins her back to the town and back to Max. And they happy ending. And then the epilogue, they literally get married 3 months after
Yeah.
the end of the book. And then she's pregnant. They like really just like, oh yeah, we got 3 months. 3 months in, we got married. She got pregnant right away, going as if this is just a normal thing. And I'm like, you knew each other for like 3 weeks at the point of the book ends. Like,
listen, this book is a party.
It is. It really
It's
jumps.
a goofy holiday fun party. You just have to put your brain in a place where you're like, we are suspending all disbelief.
Yeah.
We're going with the joy of it. We're being silly and fun. And then you just get to have a really good time with it.
Yeah.
The moment that you're like, but if you think too hard.
It's true. If you try to take like the Christmas out of the Christmas town, it doesn't work. You have to keep it in that world of like, this is just this crazy place people live in called Kringletown that all year round's Christmas, and you just person get brave. I mean, even Story and Cole, they like from the end of the book popped out 2 kids like a kid a year, and now they're a third. I'm like, why are they all having so many babies? And the perfect
I
children that
literally
just
was like,
there and don't cry.
Yeah, no, the kids are just kind of like props.
They're just there, and then every time they need them, they're perfect, well behaved.
Again, you know, it's just like a Christmas story where you just like suspend disbelief. And this one,
Yes. Yeah, you just give over
light
to
and
it,
fun.
and then you're fine. Light and fun. Perfect, light
and fun, and very like over the top slapstick comedic.
Yes.
With
yeah, like Home Alone. Very
it
much
sex
like
scenes?
that. With sex. Home Alone with sex scenes. Minus the kid and the screaming.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Adult Home Alone with a really
Yes.
cute cinnamon bun MMC and a really sweet and endearing FMC that they both can't keep their mouth shut and have.
Yeah.
What is it? Diary of the Mouth? Or I don't know. There's probably another
Yeah.
way to say it that's nicer, but yes, they just blab everything. Yeah.
But it was cute. It was really fun.
It was.
We give it a recommend. 3.5 pumpkins, but only recommend if it's like you want something silly and fun. Like we have a few
like
more holiday
you
reads
intentionally
that are
want
like that.
a fun, silly holiday read. The light one that you can
Yeah.
just jump into and have a drink with. Again, after you've read the first chapter, because you need to like figure out what's happening.
You really do.
And then,
Yeah.
yeah, you need to get there. I may have tried it the other way, and it was not a good idea. It's like, I don't understand what's going on. I have to start over. But it's a great one. It's super fun. It's a perfect like entrance, and we're gonna keep doing these holiday books, leading us right up to Christmas with our favorites. So this is a great thank you, Meghan Quinn, and we can't wait. We're gonna get into more of her books later in the new year. Her more standard romance ones that follow.
Yes.
The typical story. This is like she does these different than her other books. This is a very. It's just her having fun, and you just get to jump in and have fun with her. Yeah.
Oh, which I'm all for at Christmas time.
Yes.
Like all right. Well, that is it for today's episode of Kate and Court's Cozy Corner. Thank you for joining us. And like we said, we are very excited. Starting December, we are going to be doing a whole bunch of fun holiday reads.
I think I have our next one here.
Ooh.
We're going to be doing Good Spirits.
Yes, that's the next one that we are doing. And I'm loving this book. Can't wait to talk about it. Also, it's so pretty. Anyways, okay, but that's for another episode. All right. Thank you for joining us. Happy American Thanksgiving week this week. And we'll be back with you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Kate and Court's Cozy Corner Romance Readers.
Executive producers and hosts, Caitlin Stryker and Courtney Richter. Producer, Kanesha No. Original music, Cassie De Silva.
Settle in and grab a book, a comfy chair, your